Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Tea Shop Pod. We are back and it is International Women's Month, March, and we are so excited to have a special guest with us. My name is Renee, and you can find me on Instagram at iReneeLoren, and my ladies are here. Introduce yourselves.
Hey y'all, it's Molly. You can find me on Instagram at mama.miles or Molly's World if you're trying to get a little silk press.
Or a little weave, or a little color.
Weave, or a little anything. A little anything for real.
A little bit, a little this, a little that.
All right, and it's me again, Kima. You can find me on Instagram at She's Got Talent _ She's Got Talent.
Yes, so again, don't forget the underscore.
Never forget the underscore.
Jesus, because who you gonna find?
Not me.
So again, we're talking about women's health today, and we have a special guest. She is one of our clients here at the Track House Beauty Salon, and she's a professional. She's a woman in the healthcare field, and her name is Crystal, and I'm gonna let her introduce all the alphabets of the rest of her name.
Not all the alphabets. Hi, I'm Crystal Umego. I am a DNP, JD, APRN, board certified. So my area of expertise is family medicine. And I also love to get my hair done at the Track House.
Period.
So most important part of this conversation.
Well, we're so excited to have you here with all your expertise. You have been a client of mine for over 10 years.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to have you in a different setting, looking as beautiful as you look.
Thank you.
Yes, always.
You're so kind.
And she brings me chicken
I mean,
to her appointments.
it's a win-win. My hair looks good. She's happy.
I love chicken.
You know, who doesn't like chicken in a wig? I mean, it's like the
chicken
perfect
in a
combo.
That need to be
wig.
a combo.
I know.
What are we
Special
at?
combo.
A chicken wig
Chicken
combo?
wig.
Oh my God, how black can we get? Black History Month.
As black as we want.
So basically today we're going to be talking about women's health and how we as black women often neglect the things that are going on with us. I think it's important in a hair salon setting. You always find people that are having like some of the same issues as you. You always can find help in those settings. But we really just need to go to the doctor at some point, because there's so many clients that I've had that I sit with and realize that they're going through things that I have went through, or they're going through something similar another client has gone through. But we're not the professionals. But I'm happy that we have a professional here today. So you guys have any clients that have come in with any wild stories that you've been able to relate to, or
Not necessarily wild, but we all getting big.
so big?
That's literally it. I feel like after high school, it's like once you become an adult, life just is hitting you so
Just
fast.
blow up.
You just literally.
You know?
But why do you think that is? Because like we just life start lifing, or
Yeah, because life, not even that it start life and like, it's just, I know growing up, a lot of people don't get taught how to cook for real. Mm-hmm. So we just be eating out.
I'm an eater-outer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
for
eat
sure.
out. I can
I'ma
cook
eat
though, but I be on the move, so I'm gonna eat out.
Right.
I think that a lot of weight gain, if we talk about that first, is when I was in high school, I walked everywhere. A lot of walking, a lot of taking trips around New Haven to Milford Mall, walking back because it's Sunday, the bus didn't come, all types of stuff. So I feel like the exercise that I was getting every day, I no longer can get. Or I am just so busy that there's no time. Well, I don't put time in to do those types of things.
Right. You don't prioritize it.
No, I don't.
You don't think about it.
You're right.
So one of the main things I hear everybody talking about is GLP-1s. It's super major. Everybody's talking about it. I was on some one time.
Oh, cat's out the bag.
And I was looking cute, but my head was getting big.
She got this
He was getting bald.
Oh my God, yes. The hair was falling out. But you know, we're going to talk about it today. It was the real deal about GLP-1s, Ozempic, all the things. So Crystal, what is a GLP-1?
So that's a great question. So the GLP-1s are medications. And by the way, they are not new medications. Let's start with that. People have just been more aware of them because we have seen probably the
Trendy.
It's a trendy drug,
trendy
and it's
right now.
associated with, you just talked about it, weight loss. Everybody is always concerned about how they look. But these medications have been around for at least 15 years, okay, our older GLP-1s, and they were made for the treatment of diabetes, okay? So when people ask me GLP-1s, GIPs, it's a long conversation. It gets a little scientific, so I try to break it down so it's a little bit easier to understand.
She's trying to say we slow.
No, I'm
Go ahead.
not. I'm just saying this is a big conversation. There's a lot of science behind it, and I always encourage people to do their research on stuff, but it is meant to help, right, with the regulation of insulin, gastric emptying, and also some of the receptors that are in our intestines and our brains with how when food comes in, we say we're done. Like that feeling of fullness, right? So that's very surface level.
That's why you got to get you some. That, John, you don't eat at all. You'd be like, oh, wait, it's 9 p.m. I didn't even eat today.
Yeah, that's me.
So very surface level, but what we have seen with our patients that have type 2 diabetes is that it helped to control their A1C and how glucose and insulin is being used in the body, okay? Then we start to see, oh wow, with the delayed gastric emptying and that early feeling of I don't need to eat as much as less calories in equals weight loss and how our body regulates insulin. All that stuff combined for the GLP-1s like Ozempic and Trulicity, some of those, right? We saw weight loss.
Yeah.
With the weight loss, we see that people's A1Cs go down, okay?
Which is good.
Which is fantastic for our patients with type 2 diabetes and for treatment of obstructive sleep apnea. That is FDA approved, Zepbound for the treatment of sleep apnea, because we know that weight loss helps to decrease the snoring, the cessation of breath, which is bad.
That's why I snore.
It's crazy.
There are reasons that can contribute to snoring, but being overweight is one of the top things that we know that can exacerbate sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is not you just not breathing, which is bad, right? It's also causing blood pressure issues to go up. So there's so many things that are tied to sleep apnea. That's why it should be treated seriously. Go see the doctor, okay? Especially if you sleep next to someone who sounds like a train every night, right? It's not sexy.
Just go to sleep first.
Yeah, trying to pinch their nose, you kick them, it's not working. No.
They need to go see.
They need to go see, a doctor specialized in sleep medicine.
That is crazy.
So,
But are people abusing it? Are people using it in the right way? Because I know at one point it was, there is no Ozempic at Walgreens. So now I'm going, and people that actually have diabetes that need it, they can't have access to it because everybody is getting it.
So like everything in life, I tell people Ozempic, Mounjaro, there's so many names for each one of them depending on what they're being used for, either for diabetes or for weight loss, is that it is a tool. And like any tool, it is the person who's wielding that tool, their skill set and their artistry that makes the actual product effective. For example, you give me a curling iron, you're going to look like Cynthia from the Ragdolls, right? Rugrats. You give you a curling iron, you get this.
You know? Right.
Exactly. Same thing with Ozempic. For our patients with type 2 diabetes, extremely effective. Very effective. Its cousin Mounjaro, all that stuff to decrease their A1Cs. For our patients that have cardiac risk factors, also lots of new information coming out with how it helps to decrease visceral fats, better metabolic uses, and just things are looking better, anti-inflammatory properties with Ozempic and Mounjaro, and even kidney protection. But you guys want to talk about weight loss.
That's it.
I see y'all like eyes are crossing. You want to talk about the weight loss.
No, I would like to know the overall, because I know so many people that are on it. And like you said, their main focus is the weight loss. But what are the other side effects? Things of that nature.
So with every tool, right, if you use a hammer and you start smashing stuff, there is possible fallout from it. So some people will see hair loss. You may start seeing someone who has lost weight but looks skinny fat, that big old head, that little body.
Oh my God.
Right? The zippy head, the zippy face. Now, again, this is why I strongly tell people, talk to your doctor before you start anything, especially something you're injecting. There are contraindications for using this medication, and that's why we take a good health history. Somebody who's proficient in actually administering it and titrating this medication will give you labs. You'll do things before you start the medication to make sure you're in good health, okay? And follow you, okay? Because it's not something that continuously has to go up and dosaging, right? It takes a careful hand to understand where you should be and what we're looking for, okay? One of the things I do tell people that are on the medication for whatever reasons is that you need to work with it. It is a tool. It is a tool. You have to go to the gym. You have to look at why you're eating certain foods and kind of change your body's reaction to food, your brain's reaction to food, and how we view food. I mean, food's everywhere. Have you ever had an event where there's no food?
Yes. Gotta leave. Because where the food at?
Where is the food?
From birth to death, food is part of our culture.
For
and
sure.
there's so many things that, our moods, we have happiness tied to it, anger tied to it. There's a lot of reasons. Yes, is tied with food. So what is interesting about some of these medications that it helps us to give us time to kind of rework how we approach food. Okay. But again, there are possible side effects to it, okay? There has been some reports of increase in depression with people that are taking some of the GLP-1s. Anger, stuff like that. Again, this is why I tell people this is not something I would just pick up and start using. Talk to your healthcare provider, get the information, do your research, use it appropriately, okay? I do not endorse it for cosmetic use for those vanity 10 pounds that you want to lose or 5 pounds. Right?
You don't gotta look at me. I use it as a tool. I lost my 20 pounds I wanted to lose. I feel better. I'm able to go up and down the stairs. My knees don't hurt.
Big
and
things.
I feel like that was a jump start because I'm not a person that's gonna work out. I'm not a person that is about to be doing a meal prep for 5 days because I don't want to eat salmon every other day with all different type of sides. I don't want to do that. So I feel like it gave me a jump start and it did change the way that I look at food.
Yeah.
Because I'll go to Wendy's, is right across the street from us. So we go to Wendy's every day. So instead of me getting a 10-piece nugget, I'm cool with a 4-piece. And it's okay. Even though I haven't been on it for mad long now, I could still be okay with just a 4-piece. Or just understand, like, you don't have to have a whole mountain of rice. You could do, I'm Jamaican, we can have rice and cabbage. Let's do more cabbage than the rice.
Exactly.
So just kind of changing the way. And I don't want to feel how I felt when I was 25 pounds heavier than right now. So I feel like you use it as a tool and get what you got to get out of it if you're using it for cosmetic reasons. And it's okay. But it's the people that's abusing it because in your mind, I still feel like I wear a 1X.
So they still
and I literally don't.
taking too much of it.
It's like old psyche. So it's like you have to go to somebody to get it going.
Exactly.
You know?
So I only suggest, obviously, because I'm in the healthcare field, is you use it with someone who knows how to use it. All right. You're working with a partner who has your best interest in mind, can see it from a neutral, standpoint about the proper way to use this medication. We also advise that people see a nutritionist. You have to know how to read a label. Food labels are important. We got to get away from processed foods.
I'm going to
fast
read
foods.
the back of everything.
But do you understand what you're reading?
Absolutely.
She was in nutrition class.
I did
So
take a
she making all of
nutrition
us
class.
understand.
And that, see, when I hear something like that, like I get very excited because this is somebody who is now using the tools to make better judgment calls with food, right?
Yeah, fast food is really my biggest problem because I can't read the back of that.
Okay,
I'll be in the grocery store like, can't read that, don't want it.
So now we're just eating pickles with turmeric in it.
Yeah,
Well,
instead of yellow,
turmeric is
what is it? I
healthy.
think it's like yellow 5. No, we're gonna pick the one that is colored with turmeric and not the yellow 5.
See? So education, research, knowledge is, and you said something that I thought was interesting. You're not the person to work out. We got to change that.
She is.
We
though.
need
she
to change.
Started to.
Yes.
So January, when the rest of the world was at Planet Fitness,
That's
I was
okay.
in there with them.
That's a start,
I was
though.
excited. I
can start in
felt
March.
good. And then February, I took a break, like the entire month. But seeing as it's March again and we're having this conversation, I'm going to revisit.
We're going to revisit and we're going to talk about consistency. Consistency. Anything that you want to get better takes time. Those bodies you see on Instagram, those Lululemon bodies, Gymshark, you're like, oh my God, those are not 90-day bodies. I wish they were. Those are years in the making with consistency.
Right.
So maybe not going to the gym every day, but consistently 3 to 4 times with strength training. This is the new thing. For youth, we're going to train. We're going to use weights. Okay.
So we're not on a treadmill,
We are on the treadmill,
but
right?
not the whole time.
Not the whole time. We're going to combine it with a great strength training program. All right.
So I think for the small things that I do, I think it's all about any little thing. Because I had this professor when I went to Southern, and he said, unnecessary exercise keeps us alive. So instead of parking really close, I'll park really far. So I could take that walk because otherwise I wouldn't get those
Exactly.
steps in.
Right.
So not for anybody to feel like they're not doing anything, but you have to get up and do a little something to keep yourself like, moving and going, because our quality of life can be poor if we don't do what we got to do.
Exactly.
For it, you know?
And what
that's
you don't use.
Go ahead.
What we don't use, like the muscles that we don't use, they literally are going to be useless.
Somebody sent me a sound that said, you want to train to get, your legs or your arms how it's supposed to be, because in the zombie apocalypse, if you got to jump over a fence, you can't do it. I'm like, damn, I hate zombies. I'm going to die.
No, you're going to throw your wig at them? distract them, go over the fence.
It's not, the squats ain't for the butt, it's for the zombies.
It's for the zombies.
We gotta go.
Exactly.
So I think that is super duper important. I think Ozempic and other GLP-1s can be used as a tool, but it can't be your end all be all.
Right.
And it's really, I had a client that came in and she said she had to stop using it because she was feeling nauseous. She was feeling like all these heart palpitations. But I said, well, what are you eating? She said, well, I didn't change the way I eat. So if you're eating fried foods and you're eating oily things, the GLP-1 don't like that.
Right.
So that's why your body is reacting the way. And maybe it's per person, but I find that if I ever ate a whole bag of M&Ms, I can't even move, like cramped up, tore down, because I'm not supposed to eat that.
Right.
So again, you mentioned some very common side effects of the GLP-1s, GIPs. We are talking about nausea, constipation, diarrhea, feeling as though your stomach is upset, lightheadedness, dizziness, and in rare cases, pancreatitis, small bowel obstruction. There are possible side effects, which again, we rein this in, which is why you should use it under the care of a provider.
I feel you. Okay. One thing I also have heard is that as soon as you lose your weight and you look cute, somebody will get you pregnant.
That is a different
makes the reproductive system.
We are seeing some stuff that people tend to be a little bit more fertile on it, which is our PCOS girlies.
I don't like
once they've lost the weight, and this is another great thing. Yeah,
I'm a PCOS girly, and as soon as I dropped a little weight, I got jumped on.
Dang.
And pregnant.
Wow. It's okay.
That's a lot.
And I've been big ever since.
I'm crying.
You know.
But I do want to read a tea time that we received because it has to do with just reproductive health as we shift the conversation. So it says, "Hi, ladies. I just wanted to share a piece of my story in case it helps someone else feel less alone. I experienced 7 miscarriages due to fibroids. In 2018, I had a myectomy to remove what doctors thought were 4 fibroids, but it turned out to be 29. I became pregnant in 2019, but I was considered high risk. My water still broke early at 24 weeks and 5 days, and I spent the rest of my pregnancy on bed rest at Yale New Haven Hospital. My son was born via C-section at 36 weeks. Thank God he's here. And unfortunately, my fibroids returned aggressively. I underwent uterine and fibroid embolization, but that didn't help. After another year of suffering, I made the difficult decision to have a full hysterectomy at 41 years young. I am not writing this with a question, but just to say, advocate for yourself always, speak up, because so many women are suffering in silence more than we can imagine." Wow. So that was from one of our viewers, and she shared that. And I can say that I'm a mother of 1, and I'm not having any more kids. And I say that very adamantly, but some people think it's just because I'm being selfish. My mom will say, "One pickney, I no pickney," like how she could just be only child. But it's not so much of that. My pregnancy was horrible, and I don't want to go through that again. I had fibroids really bad. They degenerated, which means that they died while I was pregnant. My daughter was at risk. I had no amniotic fluid. It was so dramatic. And who wants to do that? So I put my life on the line for you, Marley.
By the way. And I feel like a lot of other people have dealt with fibroids or dealt with just reproductive things that are going on. How was you guys' pregnancies? Well, I would, following up after you,
it was horrible.
My pregnancy felt like regular, like normal.
That's a blessing.
I would have only known I was pregnant I wouldn't have known I was pregnant if I didn't have a stomach. I didn't have any nausea. I didn't have any pain. It was just me and my belly.
Look at God.
That's it. And my labor was pretty easy. So everything was pretty cool with me. I'm not against having another kid.
Good for you.
45 years later. How old is his son?
He's 11.
I'm joking.
Maybe when he's 15.
Oh my God, no.
He's going to be an uncle, not a brother.
He's going to be a big brother. He's going to be his role model.
All right.
Period.
My pregnancy was great, besides having a little cancer. But if I never got pregnant, I would have never known I had cancer. So, she saved my life in the essence, in a sense. Yeah.
It just shows you that every woman is very different, So there are so many, if you also say you have PCOS.
PCOS, yep.
So what is that? What does that consist of?
For me, it's, I've always had irregular periods. My weight gain goes up and down. It's a number of things. What else? I don't know anymore because I've just had it my whole life. So I don't even, can't even tell you.
Regular for you.
The only thing that is very like noticeable for me is the weight gain. And like sometimes like or in the fatigue, I'm always like tired because of the weight gain probably, I don't know. But you know, with my doctors, and which is why I'm trying to, this light went off. Should we still keep going?
I don't know. Yeah, the small one. Is that needed?
Okay, so with why I want to find a new PCP, which I hope I found, because she, I feel like a lot of doctors don't know, because it's so common amongst Black women, they don't know how to not diagnose but treat it, and all they did was just throw birth control or what else they gave me, metformin, but that didn't do anything. Like, it's never done anything for me. So essentially I stopped taking it, and yeah, I just lost weight on my own, or maybe because of the PCOS is why I was losing weight. And then I got pregnant, and then the cycle just continues. Like, it's just a whole bunch of bullshit. It was just so much going on. So yeah,
and it's so stressful too, because they say that they'll put you on birth control so that it could take away certain things.
Right.
So like I got what's the thing that you put inside forever? What's the birth control called?
I'm not on anything, so
IUD.
That's okay. IUD. Because they said that it will make the periods lighter or possibly go away. So then I was like, you know what? I think I saw 2 TikToks. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this because it's gonna make my period go away. That was about 4 years ago, and the period did not go away, but it's definitely much lighter. But I also think that it's because I have stopped eating red meat within the past year. So that's like drastically changed how I feel like my period comes up. So they always telling you something. Do they even really know?
I think they'd be guessing. You be guessing?
Well, polycystic ovarian syndrome, right?
She told you what it is.
I know what it is.
I didn't know what it was.
I knew that.
Is a
PCOS.
constellation of symptoms, and we are refining our understanding. It is basically characterized by irregular menstrual periods, right? Most of us get our periods once a month, pretty much the same time. PCOS girlies may go months without a period, or they may have a period that's a couple days and spots and come back really heavy. It's also characterized by cystic ovaries, which we can find on ultrasound. It's also insulin resistant, so high insulin levels that we'll find in the blood, and it's amongst other hormonal changes.
So would our GLP-1 help with that?
Yes, the GLP-1.
So why they never gave it to me?
Well, the story seems, I saw your child, she looks around 6 or 7. I think she just, I saw that baby that you claim you had yesterday. She was talking, had a full set of teeth. Our understanding is refining. I have seen in my practice, and women that have had PCOS respond very well to the GLP-1s. They lose the weight. Again, we used to look at weight loss as, hey, exercise, stop eating, you're going to lose weight. The PCOS girls were killing themselves at the gym, starving themselves. Nothing was happening. If anything, they were gaining weight.
Right. Because even with me, my mom always yelled at me because she tells me that I don't eat. I'll eat like 1 time a day, and still it doesn't do anything.
Exactly, because it's hormonal regulation. Between the cortisol, the insulin, your body was fighting you. With the GLP-1 drugs and its friends, we were able to bypass that, right? Get into the control of the insulin. People lost weight. You lose weight, you become more fertile, you get babies.
Hey, Bria.
You feel better. But that's not the only thing that helps with PCOS. There's other drugs that we use. Again, you need to see your gynecologist. You need to tell your PCP your symptoms so we can get you to the right place. Do not suffer in silence, which I think a lot of us do.
Yeah, a lot of us do, because we don't know what it's like. Some people that have a heavy period, like I had a friend, and she changes her pad like every hour, and I'm just like, girl, that's not normal. She said, I've been doing that girl, that's not normal. No. And I think sometimes we think that this is our cards that God gave us, so we just have to deal with it. But it turns into maybe you should just go to the doctor and check it out to see what's going on, because I never heard of nobody have to do nothing like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that it is suffering in silence. Do you know you're suffering?
No, this is why I love the track house and places where there's women that are together and start talking and feel comfortable in a setting like this, where you're like, oh, wait, you have the same issue as I do.
And you should just go get checked.
Exactly, go get checked.
Right. For sure.
I think a lot of us don't trust I don't want to say don't trust, but we don't have a lot of
representation
that people that look like us in places. So it's like, I have a guy doctor, and he's probably not gonna really know what's going on with what's happening with my body. So having more people that look like you,
he
is just
probably
really
knows,
important.
just can't relate. So that's what makes you feel.
I mean, for me, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'm pretty healthy. I'm a pretty healthy gal. I just got a little weight gain, so I don't have anything. But like, speaking for people who don't, like, who possibly don't speak to their providers, probably because they don't feel like that they can relate to them.
Right. I can see that.
That's my take on that.
And I think that's hard too,
everybody.
because the healthcare field, especially depending on what area you're living in, it's not always going to be people that look like you that are your providers, or they have such a long laundry list. Like, I know it's hard to find a black gynecologist out here.
Yes.
Like, my mom has one, and she's like, Renee, you could just come. And I said, Ma, she said that she's not accepting any new clients.
Right.
You telling me to just come? Like, come over. That's not it.
And
She's
she
not
said
accepting
no.
anyone else because she has a full list of clients, and it's like difficult when, or a black therapist, or you want somebody that looks like you, but it's far and in between. Settle for Brown, the Indian doctor. They be knowing what they're talking about sometimes too.
Or someone who's just knowledgeable that can come in any shade too, but just is willing to take the time to listen.
I'm gonna let you have it because it's not Black History Month anymore.
Well, again, right, it's also people that are willing to listen. So just like any relationship, your relationship with your PCP, your gynecologist, has to be one where they're listening to you and you feel comfortable sharing stuff and realizing it's a journey. You might not get everything answered in one visit, but you got to return, like your hair. See the shameless plug for the track house? You got to come back. Get a little maintenance, right? A little fine tuning.
And why do you feel like it's so hard for women, especially to, I know it's hard for like men to make it to the doctors, but why is it that women don't go as often or not saying what they need to say when they get there? Do they feel ashamed? Do they, as black women, do we feel like it's a burden? Do we feel like, like, I don't want to be a problem, I just want to,
Again, this is a multifaceted issue. You said everything. I think you touched upon it. One, we have been kind of trained, taught that you're strong. You're strong. You keep going. You're strong. Which is why our rates of depression, anxiety weren't
appropriately, handled, because that's a taboo. You're not depressed.
Right.
Go
Do
pray.
something else.
Just eat some
What's
chicken.
depression? Eat some chicken. Right?
Or black women.
So I think even as women in general, we're just conditioned to keep going. You guys all have children. Your focus has shifted to somebody else who can't fend for themselves. You have to provide. You're entrepreneurs. You're working. It is difficult. And I think a lot of people treat the healthcare field as, I go there when I need you. When it should be, I'm there with you all along, so we can prevent some of those things that don't need to happen.
Because they'll see it before we do.
Exactly. COVID was a huge eye-opener for a lot of people. Who didn't realize they had diabetes till they were in the hospital and couldn't breathe. We're trying to keep you on a vent and realizing your A1C is 12.5. You don't know, I don't know.
Because you don't have any primary care, you don't have no notes, you don't have anything.
Exactly. So my biggest thing to tell people is, don't wait. Have a primary care provider. If you're healthy, like my good friend Molly, you might just see us once a year. We love that. I love Molly's.
Thanks.
Molly's make the day go by really quick. But also,
You're okay? All right. Let's check it off.
Yes.
A virtual meeting.
a virtual meeting. But that upkeep is really, really important. So I would counsel all women, get a PCP.
So that's the advice that you have for women.
Don't wait to get sick.
I found mine.
You did?
Are you-
And you
She's like,
you take it anymore?
it's a two.
To keep for one. My hair's gonna be looking so fly this
Girl, you know I got you. It was
So
never a
another
problem.
thing that we experience, well, for me and my clients, they're always talking about their hair and they're
Hair
losing their
loss.
hair loss, and like, what is that? We already know because I was on that joint that my hair was falling out.
There has been
But
tied to.
I think that it could be hereditary. It could be they're low iron because Black girls we cold, so we got them here
because we lack vitamin D as well.
that too. So we're trying to educate ourselves in here so we give people a little bit of answers, but we are not medical professionals. So and I know that's probably not your area of expertise, but like, why are we losing our hair?
You touched upon, again, you guys are such a well-educated panelist.
Period.
Thank you.
Love this. You mentioned vitamin D deficiencies. Women notoriously are always on a diet. You don't notice men with their hair falling out until they stress somebody's daughter out, right?
Exactly.
Or go to jail.
Or go to jail.
Don't believe.
Hairline receipts, sir.
Thank you.
Should fall out. But also our diets. If we're not getting those foods that are fortified in iron, vitamin D, magnesium, zinc, all that fun stuff that is important for hair growth, right? You're going to have hair loss. Also, some people may suffer from thyroid abnormalities. Okay? Not everybody, but we do check those panels. If you come see us and tell us, we will check your TSH.
I have a question for you real quick. So do you have to have certain type of insurance for them to check all the panels? Or I'm just talking about the healthcare disparities in some of the neighborhoods that we are, that we service. People might not have, you have to ask specifically for what you're looking for.
Right.
Or are we testing for all the things? Because there's so many things to test for.
There is. So when people come in and say, I want everything, I sit back and I'm like, everything, eh? Tell me what you're experiencing.
Right.
So again, it always comes back to talking to somebody who knows, yes. Because you may say something and you just need one or two tests. And then some things do require a bit of a rabbit hole, right? You have to take one test, see what that looks like, then the next test. To answer your question, for patients that may be underinsured, not insured, there are a lot of community healthcare-based programs that work with patients like that.
Okay.
So we're talking the Hill Health Center, Southwest. There's so many places that cater to those communities to make sure that we can get you the correct provider with the correct testing.
Okay. All right. That's all I have.
Some initiative, so you got to come knocking.
Right.
Sir.
I understand that because the hair loss is really major, and it's like they're like, well, what kind of oil can I use? And it's like it's not really about the outside. It's what you're putting, what's happening inside of your body. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I had one client who was talking about she thought that her taking the COVID vaccine has a direct effect on her hair.
We all be bald eagles right now, but
I can say that might be the case. It's
everybody's different, and that's what I always say. Everybody is different. How they react to stuff, how they metabolize and show things. But again, hair loss could also be caused by pregnancy, that postpartum weight.
Oh my God, the postpartum hair ain't right.
And I think that's new that people are like, I don't think people ever really thought about that. And it's becoming a thing now where they like, oh, my hair is falling out. I'm like, do you know that's a side effect? It's a side effect.
And it's not always as soon as you have the baby. It could be like
a year
months,
later.
A year later that your hair is
That's why
having
you're
an effect.
encouraged to keep taking your prenatals and things of that nature. People think because they're not pregnant no more, they could just stop taking the vitamins, but you need that. Because now most of them are breastfeeding and stuff. Baby taking all that nutrients for you and not
The baby
releasing
stay taken from us.
Which is why
But
to be healthy like Molly.
Exactly.
Before getting pregnant.
Right.
Right.
But sometimes you don't know when you're going to get pregnant for real.
Well, last time I heard to get pregnant, there's a certain thing that has to be occurring. Usually you're awake for. That'd be nice, right? Hopefully you're aware. Again, another conversation for another day, right? So, as I tell people, when you have sex, 3 things can happen: pregnancy, an STI, or hurt feelings. Sometimes on a bad day, all 3.
All right.
So.
I don't like none of that, first of all. But you said STI versus a STD. What is the difference? What are we talking about here?
So, sexually transmitted infection versus sexually transmitted disease. Disease sounds ominous. Ooh, disease.
Disease sound dangerous. That's why it should be that.
Infection, because a lot of them are treatable.
Okay.
Right? They're treatable with antibiotics, or better yet, avoiding practices that can put you at higher risk.
Wrap it up.
Thank you very much. And more importantly, advocating for yourself and getting your STI panels done. Okay? So people always ask, well, so Crystal, when should I get checked or screened? Number 1, with any change in partner. Okay, and
It don't even matter because the partners be changing. So yeah.
You may be monogamous.
Right, you may be, but they're not.
No, life's so hard.
Life is hard, which is why you need to take charge of it yourself.
Right.
Which is to say, I love you, I like you, I want you, but I'd love to see that STI panel.
I would love to see your my chart.
Yes.
It's on your
Let's
phone.
just go together.
Right.
And let's think about
Let's
it.
see
If you're
that.
comfortable enough to
Bust it
do the
open.
dance of love with somebody, then
You make it sound so beautiful.
exactly. Why are we so reticent or hesitant to ask, let me see?
Right.
And if you got any hesitation of letting me see, then
And then I can hesitate and,
Right. Yeah.
okay, and I wish younger women understood that. You have the power, everybody, man, female, you have the power over your own body.
Right.
Right? So ask the questions, get tested. If you have change in partners, get tested. If you're married, get tested. Right? You love that too. Get
I don't like that either.
Okay?
you have to though.
But you
You
should.
do,
'Cause
right?
You can never trust anybody 100%.
Unfortunately.
You would think.
You would
'cause
think
that's
you
your
would hope and
marriage.
you would pray. But I've been part of many conversations unwillingly
Yeah.
when, people have found out they may have an STI and are trying to figure out who, they turn travels, who, asking me who, and I'm like, who.
So just leave it.
How am I supposed to?
I wasn't there, but we can try, we can treat a lot of stuff. Some things are not treatable with antibiotics.
So then that's a STD.
Well, no.
do
HIV, right? So there's PrEP. Again, there's ways to protect ourselves if there are things you want to engage in, but you can protect yourself.
So PrEP is something that if someone is infected with HIV, they can take so they don't spread the disease around. Is that?
It is more for, there's a couple things to that, but PrEP is a great way for people who are engaging in high-risk sexual activity to protect themselves
Okay.
from getting HIV.
Oh, so it's not for the person with the HIV.
What is
The person
PrEP?
with HIV is taking drugs already that are on the same family as what we give in PrEP, right?
Well, she wants to know what PrEP is. I don't know. I
Right.
just use context clues
Yeah,
to figure that it was
no.
for something.
You're the professional. You do it. I don't want
love
to
when people can talk to it.
because I just seen a commercial recently. That's the only reason
Okay.
why.
Well,
What you was
somebody-
watching?
I have an
You was
idea.
watching
Yeah,
Baddies
it's-
and seen it?
No, I was watching Tubi for real.
They be having, and that's another thing. They have those types of commercials on
it. Yeah.
on those.
What is it?
things.
Prime.
Those are.
I don't
of
like
them.
that. But
But
go
I
ahead.
think it's great.
Nevertheless, I believe PrEP is when you don't have it, and like she said, when you're like
Pre-exposure.
right when you're having sex unprotected or whatever, like you take that to protect yourself from getting like contracting the disease.
Pre-exposure prophylaxis.
Oh, it's
All right.
it's an acronym.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it's drugs that you take to lower your risk of acquiring HIV.
Right.
Okay? It
Specifically.
It does not protect you against
Everything
syphilis or herpes.
Chlamydia.
Those are
Gonorrhea.
antibiotics.
Jesus.
Those
Ghana.
are STIs.
Or
The
herpes
clap.
virus.
There's a lot.
Herpes is a virus.
There's a lot of stuff.
I don't
right?
like it.
Again, best way is abstinence. That's not going to happen.
Right.
Condoms or having those conversations, right? Yeah, we will engage, but I need to know what your STI panel looks like. And you still
Right.
mine too.
Yes.
Go together.
I'm saying, make it a date.
It's a better date, right?
Hell no.
Go to Quest and then go get some chicken after.
Chicken.
We love some chicken.
So essentially, we need to make sure that everyone having the conversations. If you're going to get a new partner, that's a really good time
Yeah.
for you to get tested
Yes.
Together.
If you're wanting to engage, get tested. If you are living a risky lifestyle, go
Get
ask your
tested.
person
About
about some PrEP.
Yeah.
Because the rate of HIV is
It's higher than we think it is because remember, we only know what's reported.
Right.
Right? Think about it. So there is a lot of underreporting going on because people are still, there's stigma attached to it. It has gotten better, thank God.
Yeah.
People are more willing to have these open conversations, but there is still stigma. There's still fear of being thrown out of your house or, people not accepting you for your lifestyle. We want people that feel that way to come to us so we can have those conversations in a safe place. And there are newer drugs where people are taking these medications every other month. I mean, it's so cool what we can do now. But you gotta come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
gotta come.
Go see your healthcare
Go
providers.
see us.
So as women, I feel like there's so many things that we can be talking about as far as health, weight loss. We could talk about reproductive health. We could talk about hair. We could talk about skin. We could talk about so many different things. And I think it's important for you to just get a primary care provider. That's what a PCP is. For those watching that didn't know what that was, find someone that you can talk to. And it doesn't matter who they are, they're a good listener. And at the end of the day, the list of people who accept your specific insurance is probably on the website. On the back of that card, call the number to find somebody else. If you go to the appointment and you don't like how that went, you should be able to speak up for yourself and advocate for yourself and take care of yourself, because the world needs Black women.
Sure does.
Yes.
Okay. So you had something to say. You said everybody needs to go get a PCP.
Everybody should have a PCP, exactly.
Did you guys, I wanted to jump back into this question before we wrap up. Anything that you wanted somebody to tell you about feminine hygiene that you didn't know? I did want to ask that. I forgot.
That was a good one, because there's a lot of stuff out there that makes me want to cross my legs in horror.
I think growing up, really, I would just have wished someone told me that niggas is dirty. That's it. They just dirty. I didn't know that. Learn it the hard way.
That's a long conversation.
Growing up, I just wish someone told me anything, because I just figured everything out on my own, for real. Not on my own, like when we were in middle school, like they used to talk to us about having our periods and what to do, like with pads and tampons and so forth, but I didn't get that from home. Like I just stole my mother pads when I got my period. And she was like, "Oh, that's where your pads, that's where my pads went." I'm like, "Yeah, like you never talked to me about it, you never bought anything for me." Like I just kind of figured it out. So that's why I'm glad we have events and it's more out in the open now, to where because I was kind of scared to talk about it. Like, Dad, I don't want to tell nobody I got my period. It's weird.
And it's so regular.
Yeah, it's regular. It's a common. It's a
thing.
way of life. So there's no reason to be scared or ashamed. Like,
Right.
I just wish someone had talked to me about it at home.
Well, I think because you've had that experience, now you're able to provide an atmosphere where we can have comfortable conversations.
Right.
So last year, Kima was Miss Full Figured Connecticut.
I still am.
And she's still.
I'm
period.
the first queen, but nevertheless,
Please.
we created the event
So go ahead.
where we do the toiletry drive.
Yeah. So
And
every March we do a
have-
toiletry drive. So donate during this month.
Thank you.
And we do the period event for young girls to have that uncomfortable conversation, which is new to them, but just provide some more information to them so that they're not guessing when that time comes.
And we had that for girls ages 8 to 12 or 8 to 13, because girls, because of their hormones and the different things, the chicken nuggets, things that they're eating, is causing that's why they all getting their period so soon. That's what I think. That's my theory.
Mine too.
But I feel like because of all the different type of foods, the processed foods that they're consuming, they're going through puberty a little bit faster. Things are happening, and like my daughter is only 9, so when we had the event, she was only 8, but she had to learn these things that were girls inside of the period event that got their period the next day after it was over, and because they made their period kits at the event, and we were able to talk and have those conversations, so they know it's not like you're getting old. We didn't say anything about now you can have a baby. It was more so this is what your body naturally is going to go through. Right. It's going to happen. It happens to all women. Well, most women. And this is what's going to happen. So this is how you prepare for it. This is how you take care of your body. This is how you have yourself together at school. This is how you support a friend if this is happening. Right. Those are the conversations that need to happen. So I think the fact that this is how you should wash. Yeah. You should not use cucumber melon.
Thank you.
Down there.
Thank you. Bath and Body Works is not your friend.
No, it's not.
This is why
use the lotion. Like if you don't do a non-scented vibe,
thank you.
That's not good.
Taught to almost fight against our vaginas.
Yeah.
Right.
Like treating it as though it's some type of offensive agent that we have to combat and tamp down, when you teach them smells are natural. Certain smells are natural. Certain smells are very natural. Certain discharge is very natural depending on the time of your cycle, right? And as you said, cucumber melon or sweet pea up there is only going to disrupt that
damn sweet
the flora is going to be like, rawr.
Vagina is an acidic, creation for a reason. It's supposed to be acidic, and when you disrupt that bacterial biofilm, you start to get bacterial vaginosis, yeast infection.
Is that the same?
No, different. Different.
Oh, she know that.
Different teams.
Different teams.
Different balls, different teams. Both sports.
Yeah.
Because some people have like chronic BV, where they have BV for like their whole life.
Exactly.
And they don't know how to get rid of it, and I feel sorry for them.
They're exactly. So sometimes it's not BV. So that's why you need to see a professional, especially and try to stay with the same one. Because sometimes people shop around or hippity hop, go to urgent cares. Urgent cares have a wonderful place in healthcare. But if you're hopping from docs to somewhere else and other places, you're not getting that continuous care that helps us track saying, wait, you've been seeing the same thing and that's why this treatment's not working.
Right.
Do something different.
Right.
So that's why I say find someone like them, try to stay with them if you can, so we can give you that continuous, little healthcare, love and management. But no, BV and yeast are different.
Okay.
They're different.
What is your opinion on like a holistic approach?
Again, I think together, combined, they can work very well. When you think about it, exercise is holistic, right?
Yeah.
Eating healthy is holistic.
Yeah.
But if you have, God forbid, a tumor
Right.
is in a bad spot, you're probably going to need to combat it with something that requires a little bit more aggression than just holistic.
Right.
So together, they work well. They can work together.
Yeah.
They're like a wig cap and the wig.
Exactly.
Girl,
I love
this.
references.
Right.
She knows what she talking about.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's why I like her.
It's not just the chicken and the
It's not just
wig
the
sharing
chicken
that
and
we
the
do
wig.
around
Oh
here.
my God,
You can't tell them all our business. God, save some of the tea.
Nah, empty the clip
Come
in the
on.
cup. I'm
I
cracking
don't
up.
care. I love a borrowed wig. That's my favorite hairstyle.
Sometimes I see
Please.
it on her head. I'm like, that's where it's been.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
And then I'm gonna wash it and give you a new style. So what's up?
Yo.
And it works.
It works.
It works.
One thing I wish I would have known is I loved all the scents when I was a kid, like all the lotions, all the sprays, and it just wasn't good. So as a young adult is when I found out that this is probably not right. So I wish somebody would have shared that with me. And that's why I make sure that I share that with people. Like, you feeling not right? It's probably because you use mad different things down there. And you don't need all the things. And cotton panties.
Cotton
That's
Those
candy.
commercials in the 90s, early 2000s, cotton, the fabric of our lives.
It's literally.
It is.
Bottom line.
It is.
So, nylon, polyester,
Silk.
synthetic.
What's that
Lace?
stretchy one?
Polyester.
Yeah.
No, not polyester.
What, the
it's
seamless?
like I
don't know what the
It's
texture
like a
is.
mixed blend.
Just make sure it has a cotton
I
vagina
know
part.
the girlies love that. The little
seamless
the
joint.
seamless ones, but it's not
They
cotton.
gotta have, but the panty part,
Can has to be cotton.
cotton.
It's
What'd you
like
call
On
it?
that cat.
It's a word for it, but I can't remember the name of it.
called. It should be cotton. Exactly.
Okay.
And
I feel like that's what I should have done.
exercise. I know you like to sit down and doom scroll. Change out of your sweaty exercise clothes.
Yes. Do not sit in them all
Showers
day.
are
Oh my
best.
God, shower after you do it.
Showers are
Pee.
best, better than baths.
Mm-hmm.
And then really tight leggings. Yeah, you're just holding all that moisture right there.
Just holding it on in
I
there.
don't like that.
Yeah.
Coochie disrupted.
Leave summer's eve alone. You don't need summer's eve.
Not summer's eve.
How do you feel about oil? Like, do you not like any feminine products?
So the vagina is a self-cleaning organism. Doesn't mean you don't ever have to look at it or wash it, but warm water, right? Warm water, unscented, mild, hypoallergenic soap on the outside to get rid of the buildup that can happen is perfectly fine.
See, what Trail call it?
I don't know.
Smegma.
Buildup.
Yuck.
Yeah, that's a
You're going to
smegma.
cleanse that
I hate
buildup
that
I don't
gently.
want that.
But
Smegma
that's
sound
aggressive.
nasty.
Inserting products, not necessary.
Boric acid pill.
Again, that's something you talk to your healthcare provider about. It can be used in treatment of bacterial vaginosis, but I would talk to a healthcare provider first.
Douching.
No.
So on 304 Talk, y'all know what that is.
Yes.
That's where I saw them say, put apple cider vinegar in a water bottle, poke a hole, squirt it. That's a douche, right? Why your face look like
They
that?
don't like that.
But they also live a very risky lifestyle. The
They
girl
need
I
that
was
bread.
watching specifically, she had multiple partners come to the hotel room, so she do that in between, and that worked for her, I guess.
And it's deteriorating the lining of her uterine walls.
That's so dramatic.
Is it not?
I'm speechless. How to process this information. Again, we've been taught a lot of stuff that is probably not appropriate or healthy, especially for the vagina. Leave it alone.
Let it
Mild
do its
soap, let it do
thing.
its thing. Warm water. Do not need to insert products like Summer's Eve or sea cucumber lemon.
Wait, what is that?
Whoa.
What's that?
I'm just putting
no
all the
need.
scents together.
So many
I need
scents.
to make a chemistry, kit down there.
No, just let it do its
It's
thing.
self-cleaning,
It's self-
ladies.
But you still got to clean it.
Water,
warm water.
mild soap on the outside. Okay, it'll do its thing. Now, certain smells can indicate that the flora has been disrupted. Like a very fishy odor could be bacterial vaginosis. Exactly. Yeast typically does not smell. What are we doing?
That's a dance.
Oh, I missed it.
All right, we're done.
For real.
Yeast
Probiotics.
doesn't smell.
Probiotics.
Probiotics, again, it can be a good tool. It's really good for gut health and overall flora health too. The lactobacillus family and so on. But you have to know what you're taking. There's different strains. But guess what? If you're eating foods that have natural probiotics in them, like
Yogurt.
kimchi, sauerkraut,
I love kimchi.
not everybody. When people say should everybody be taking, no, everybody is blanket. We don't like blanket statements. A lot of people, if they get the correct dietary intake, don't need to do probiotics.
Right.
But yeah, it's a good question.
I feel that. Well, I feel like that's really all we have to say today in regards to women's health. So, Crystal, we appreciate you so much for taking the time out of your busy
It's
day.
so great being with you guys in a different setting.
And now you got to go back to work to go cure the gonorrhea. But we appreciate you so much for being here. The next episode, we don't know what it's going to be yet, but we'll be back with y'all when it's time. We love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Please send in any of your tea that you want to share with us to info@thetrackhouse.com, and we will reply and respond and have it on the show with us. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Molly out.